everybody. And first, can I invite our celebrant Jill Hobbs to say a few words for us?
Good afternoon, everyone. September and October are the months when we celebrate the harvest. This special time of year when we give thanks to God for all the crops and produce our farmers, horticulturalists and gardeners grow. And also let us not forget the fishermen with their mighty catches of fish from the oceans. One of the great things about being thankful is that there is no room for bitterness or envy or other negative emotions. Being thankful leads to being generous. Being generous and thankful can be a great way to ease and improve mental health issues. So I've taken our reading today from 2 Corinthians chapter 9, verses 6 to 11. And it gives us good advice on being thankful and generous. Remember this, whoever sows sparingly will also reap sparingly, and whoever sows generously will also reap generously. Each person should give what she or he has decided in their heart to give, not reluctantly or under compulsion, for God loves a cheerful giver. And God is able to make all grace abound to you, so that in all things at all time, having all that you need, you will abound in every good work. As it is written, He has scattered abroad his gifts to the poor, his righteousness endures forever. Now he who supplies seed to the sower and bread for food will also supply and increase your store of seed, and will enlarge the harvest of your righteousness. You will be made rich in every way, so that you can be generous on every occasion. And through us, your generosity will result in thanksgiving to God. The prayer. Lord of the harvest, we give thanks for all that you have given us, the earth with its teeming wildlife and big open spaces, the towering mountains and deep valleys, the rich soil, the sandy deserts, the tundra and ice caps in the polar regions, and the great rivers and oceans of the world. We give you grateful thanks for good crops, for the clothes we wear, and the houses we live in. We give thanks for our farmers and fishermen who spend long hours bringing in their crops and trawling for fish, often in hard and dangerous places. Teach us the true meaning of being a generous giver. Help us to support those people who struggle to make ends meet, and give us the will to always be thankful and generous for your rich and abundant harvest, so that at the end of our days, we shall be part of your harvest too, the harvest of souls. Bless our meeting today. May the decisions we make be made in truth, honesty and integrity. May your presence here today be felt and recognised. Help us in all that we think, do and say. Amen.
So, to begin our meeting, item number 1, any apologies, Mr. White?
Thank you, Mayor. We do. Good afternoon, members. We've got apologies from Councillors Cheadle, Blackman and Watts, who is hoping to join via the Teams link. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. And item number 2, confirmation of the minutes of the meeting of the 18th of July. Can these be approved as a true and correct record of the meeting? Can we have a show of hands?
Clearly carried for the minutes.
No, excuse me, I think
I was proposing the minutes, sorry.
Oh, proposing, okay. A seconder? All in favour?
That is clearly carried for the minutes.
Thank you.
Mayor.
Item 3, declarations of interest. I invite members to declare any disclosable pecuniary interests, other registrable interests and non-registrable interests, including the nature and extent of such interests that they may have in any items to be considered at this meeting. No? No, sure. Item number 4, business brought forward by the Mayor. I've got 2 items for this meeting. The first is the Mayor's Young Persons Green Award has been won by the Oakhampton First Brownies for their sterling efforts in litter picking whilst working towards their Skill Builders badges. They are taking part in a monthly town litter pick and also the Cleanest Town in Devon event in Oakhampton. I've sent my congratulations and hope to present the award in person at the next Brownies meeting. And can I make a reminder to all councillors to encourage the young people in their ward to apply for this award, which is up to young people from the ages of 4 to 11. And the second item, West Devon Borough Council has received a letter from King Charles saying how deeply touched he was by West Devon's kind and thoughtful messages following his coronation. King Charles is grateful to all who took part in the celebrations and appreciates West Devon writing to him on this special occasion. Item number 5, public questions. Have we?
We've received no questions from the public.
No public questions. Item number 6, questions on notice. Have we?
Again, Mayor, we've received no questions on notice from members.
Thank you. Item number 7, motions on notice. 1 motion on notice has been received from Councillor Mott, so I'll invite Councillor Mott to move her motion.
Thank you. Members, I've had the honour of attending several military functions on behalf of the Council, one of these being the Lord Lieutenant of Devon's awards ceremony, where members of the community who work or volunteer within the reserves and cadets are recognised for their hard work. In addition to this, businesses are recognised with silver awards under the Defence Employer Recognition Scheme if they have demonstrated notable support for all in the defence community. Finally, the appointment of the Lord Lieutenant Cadets are announced, and to hear them speak of their achievements has been a privilege. I have brought this motion forward as I feel it is important for us to recognise the contribution our armed services make to society, the sacrifices made and the difficulties that some have in returning to civilian life. The Covenant is a promise from the nation to all those who serve, and it states we will do all we can to ensure they are treated fairly and are not disadvantaged in their day-to-day lives. Members, we were already signed up to the Covenant alongside many of the districts in Devon through Devon County Council and have an existing page detailing support available. I would like to reaffirm our support to that scheme and promote our commitment, as this Covenant also supports the Devon Forces family website and directs users to help and support in the wider region. While being part of this scheme, I would like to take that commitment one step further and sign up for the bronze level in the Defence Employer Recognition Scheme. To hold the award, we will commit to support the armed forces, including existing or prospective employees who are members of the community, promote being armed forces friendly and are open to employing reservists, armed forces veterans, including the wounded, injured and sick, cadet instructors and military spouses and partners, in addition to signing the Covenant. This will allow us to receive an electronic certificate and logos to display on our website, etc., showing our support. I also feel it's important that we recognise the charity work that SAFA and other groups commit to the forces. Members, I hope you feel that you'll be able to back this motion allowing officers to progress as described in the briefing paper that's already been circulated, and for us to formally nominate members for the roles described therein. Thank you.
Can I have a seconder for the motion? Thank you. Members, any debate? Councillor Ewings?
I would like to say that I welcome this motion. As an armed forces child, I'm used to all the packing, unpacking, moving around the countryside, moving over the world, and things like that. One of my earliest memories in my lifetime is having my hair pulled by Chinese children because mine was white. And that's one of my earliest memories of my life, is from living in Hong Kong. I fully support this, and I would like us to recommend that Councillor Robert Oxborough is the lead as the Council's Armed Forces Champion for the Armed Forces Covenant, and Councillor Kevin Ball to be appointed as the Council's lead member for SAFA. Councillor Ball has done a lot of work for SAFA over the years, but this way it formalises things and makes it easier for him to come to Council with cases and things like that that he can bring forward. And for Councillor Oxborough to be able to work with other people and organisations that can come underneath the employer's covenant. I think this is extremely important. We do live, and we have within West Devon with Horrobridge, not so much now as we did, but we had a lot of naval families in Horrobridge, and we have other naval officers and military officers around and about who are veterans and some who still serve within our local communities. So I think it is really important that we recognise these people and we do our level best for them in the same way they have done their best for us in representing our country. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other debate members? Councillor Ball?
Thank you, Mayor. I want to thank Councillor Ewing for that. I served in the Royal Navy between 1978 and 1989, and it took me probably two and a half years to adjust into Civvy Street, and I was only in 11 years. Some guys and girls who have been in for a lot longer, it is a huge sort of transition from service life into civilian life, without wanting to be condescending to folk who haven't served, I can only reiterate my experience of how difficult I found it. Thankfully, I had really good friends and a family that helped me support me in that time. I spent probably 9 months of that unemployed, which didn't help. Charities such as SAFA, and there are many others as well, do incredibly important work, but they can only do that work when they're put in touch with people who need it. And very often the people who need it don't want to say they need it. So really we're in roles as members to be able to listen and pick up potential conversations that might help us to support them in their need. And should this be carried forward, I'm sure myself and Councillor Oxborough will be happy to support you if you find someone who needs that support, because through our contacts we'll be able to potentially signpost them to the right people for the right sort of support. So I hope that's helpful, members. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Very eloquent, Councillor Ball. Any other debate members? Councillor Oxborough?
Thank you, Mayor. Can I say that assuming members agreed to the two recommendations, it would be an honour and a privilege to adopt the role of champion for the Armed Forces under the Armed Forces Covenant for this council. Having spent 17 years in the Army and having had no longer than 2 years at any one location during that time, I understand how disrupted service life can be and how difficult it can then be for people putting down roots when they leave. And having a point of contact in an area where they can turn and say, can you help, can you point, can you suggest, is so important. I was fortunate in many respects, but there are a lot of people who leave the armed forces with significant issues and problems. It's a consequence of service life. There's a lot of PTSD out there, people that need very special help and guidance. There's a lot of people who come with physical problems, disabilities, as a result of having lost limbs or other parts of their body due to engagements on active service. It's a special need. These people have given up a huge chunk of their time to basically allow those who are not members of the armed forces to go about their daily lives and to sleep well at night without the possibility and without the threat of some nasty person coming along and giving them a hard time. That's really fundamentally what it's all about, security for the nation state. And the Armed Forces Covenant is one way in which we can acknowledge that and say, thank you, we're here for you now. You were there for us then, we're here for you now. So, Mayor, thank you.
Thank you. Any other debate? Is everyone happy to support this motion? Have a show of hands.
Before we do, Mayor, just to clarify, the motion as worded refers to a singular spokesperson.
Okay,
but with
right.
the thread of the debate, there will obviously be two member
Yes.
roles to fill. So,
So
with
we
that
need
slight
to-
tweak.
With a slight tweak.
All in favour of the motion? That is unanimous with
Thank
the
you.
tweak. Thank you, Mayor.
Right. Item number 8, committee minutes. In the absence of Councillor Cheadle, can I ask Councillor Southcott to present the Development, Management and Licensing Committee meeting minutes from the 18th of July and the 5th of September?
I move the minutes for the meetings of the Development, Management and Licensing Committee held on the 18th of July 2023 and the 5th of September 2023 be received and noted. There are minutes DM and L1 to DM and L7 and DM and L8 to DM and L14 and can be found between the pages 5 and 8 and 9 and 11 respectively. Can I get a seconder for that, please?
Second that.
Thank you. Are we happy to agree those?
That's noted. Thank you, Mayor.
And can I invite Councillor Dexter to present the Audit and Governance Committee meetings from the 25th of July?
Thank you. I move that the minutes of the meeting of the Audit and Governance Committee held on the 25th of July 2023 be received and noted. They are AC1 to AC10 and can be found between pages 13 and 17 of the agenda paper. I could have a seconder, please.
Are we happy to note those minutes?
Those minutes are noted. Thank you, Mayor.
And can I invite Councillor Kimber to present the minutes from the Overview and Scrutiny Committee meeting from the 25th of July?
Thank you, Mayor. I move that the minutes of the meeting of the Overview and Scrutiny Committee held on the 25th of July 2023 be received and noted. They are ONS 123 to ONS 723 and can be found between pages 19 and 21 of the published agenda papers. Could I have a seconder, please?
Are we happy to note those minutes?
That's duly noted. Thank you, Mayor.
And can I ask Councillor Ewins to present the minutes of the Hub Committee meeting of the 19th of September?
I rise to present the Hub Committee meeting minutes from HC 10 to HC 22-23, pages 23 to 29 of the agenda. Item I haven't found Daryl's email. I've looked at an email all day. Minute HC 1523, supporting our care leavers with the council tax. There is a recommendation there, but that is a separate item, item 9 on the agenda. Thank you.
Are we happy to note the minutes as they stand?
It's noted. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. So item 9 is the supporting our care leavers part from the Hub, which Councillor Ewins can introduce, please.
This recommendation that the council resolves to formally adopt a council tax discount scheme for care leavers as set out in Appendix A with effect from the 1st of October is an issue that I, our Chief Executive, and I hope everyone in this room supports as corporate parents. This is for care leavers and people who have experienced care in their lifetime when they become old enough to pay council tax, that after all benefits and everything else that they may be entitled to, that we will cover the cost of that. There have been informal discussions amongst the district's chief executives and with district leaders at Devon District Forum, which indicate there is in principle support for this approach, subject to clarifying the financial implications. Those have all been clarified, and as was mentioned at the Hub Committee by our officer, Ms. Jerry Hotchkiss, that we can A, afford this, and B, how much it would in all likelihood cost this council. This award will be from somebody's 18th birthday, and they will be entitled to up to 100% up to their care leavers' 25th birthday. The discount will be awarded after the entitlement to all other discounts and exemptions has been assessed. The discount will only apply to care leavers living in Devon, with Devon County supporting the approximately 150 care leavers who live outside the county. The explanation for that is that some young people, when they're placed in care, they're not necessarily placed in care where they live. Some young people have to go many, many miles away from where they live to be able to attend the right places for their situation. And this is where Devon County will then cover that cost of those young people. I really hope that everybody can support this. We are taking this forward, and within meetings coming forward in our cycle, we are looking at housing for these young people. We are also looking at apprenticeships, some at the lower level and some at a higher level. We want to be able to offer care leavers the very best that we can. And actually, from a note from what we're experiencing and what we've talked about already on the agenda with SAFA and with the Armed Forces Covenant and British Legion, etc., the organisations that help people, a lot of care leavers tend to join the armed forces. And sometimes it is the right place for them, and sometimes it isn't. So we want to be able to help those young people to be able to live the lives that they should be able to live. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions, members? Can I ask you to propose a motion, Councillor Ewing?
Yes, I did. Sorry,
Yes, thank you.
Madam Mayor. The recommendation is that the council resolves to formally adopt a council tax discount scheme for care leavers as set out at Appendix A with effect from the 1st of October 2023. Do I have a seconder, please? Thank you, Councillor Squire.
Any debate? Any debate, members? No. Yes, go ahead. Yes.
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. Just for clarification, if the care leavers, and we hope, I know as a county councillor, it's been great seeing you talking about apprenticeships. We've had some, and they've done really, really well, and it's been very rewarding seeing they've progressed. So I do support this clarification, just in case they're really lucky, which we hope they are.
Thank you.
They need some help. Does it go on till they're 25?
Councillor Ball?
It goes on, sorry, it goes on until their 25th birthday.
Yeah, regardless.
Yes.
It's not
But
incest,
under the corporate parenting that has also now been set up with county, that Mr Bates and I are involved with Councillor Samuel, who many of you will know. We are sitting on a board that is going to look at housing for these young people, and it is just about trying to give them that extra push of a start. And I could say, tongue-in-cheek, that if they have been really successful, they could use it to save for a deposit for their own home and their own careers, and they're hopeful. family life that is well adjusted.
Thank you. Councillor Ball now.
Thank you, Mayor. It's a question, but I wasn't quite quick enough to get my hand up before that. I fully support this motion, but I just want to ask about the costs. It's we've got down here that the costs are somewhere in the region of £7,000 to £10,000. You know, money well spent, in my opinion. Have we, well, a couple of questions really. Have we got a contingency built into that? And where's that coming from within our budget? May I have a supplementary just depending on the answer?
Oh, Mrs. Henstock, I thought it might be Mrs. Hotchkiss. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councillor Ewens. Thank you for Councillor Bloor. Just to confirm, the approximate cost, which has been calculated in the region of £7,000 to £10,000, will be funded from the Council Tax Collection Fund. So it will be the West Devon share of the Council Tax Collection Fund.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. Any more? No debate? So, can we move with the substantive motion? Okay.
Thank you, Mayor. All in favour of the substantive motion, please show. It is 28 and unanimous. Thank you, Mayor.
May I just say something? Thank you all very much for supporting this. Mr. Bates and I tomorrow are attending 2 meetings that are relevant to this, and this item is on the agenda of both. So he and I can proudly say that West Devon and South Hams have fully supported this. We have the support of most of the authorities. Some of them it's gone through execs, etc., but hasn't yet gone to members. We know of one that's not quite so sure, so a bit more work is required. But this is a huge thing, and this is going to grow, this project, and it will benefit so many young people. Thank you.
Moving on to item 10, Oakhampton and Sydenham Damerel Community Governance Reviews. These are the initial submissions, and can I ask Councillor Bridgewater to introduce?
Thank you, Matt. Members, the 2 community governance reviews that were prompted by community petitions have now reached final consideration of the initial submissions received stage. The last meeting of the full council, at which members approved a revised timetable for these reviews to follow, the People and Community Hub Advisory Group has met on 3 separate occasions to consider each of the initial submissions and also to receive presentations from Sydenham Damerel petition organiser, Mr. John Hearn, as well as representatives from Oakhampton Town and Oakhampton Hamlets Parish Councils. To that end, I would like to put on record my thanks to the advisory group and the local ward members for their valuable contributions to reach this point. I would also like to say thanks to every person who took the time and effort to make representations to the council, and I hope that you can see from our report the advisory group has considered at length each of the submissions. With regard to the advisory group recommendations, for Oakhampton we are proposing 2 options that are subject to a second round of public consultation. These being, 1, that the existing parish boundaries of Oakhampton Town Council and Oakhampton Hamlets Parish Council be amended in line with Appendix A of the agenda report. 2, that the status quo be retained in relation of the parish boundaries of Oakhampton Town Council and Oakhampton Parish Council. Sydenham Damerel, we are proposing that a second round of public consultation be undertaken on the proposal to abolish the parish council and replace it with a parish meeting. In the event of the full council approving the recommendations of the advisory group, it is then intended that a second round of public consultation will begin on Thursday the 5th of October and will run until December the 1st, 2023. And I would urge all interested parties to make their representations during this period.
Thank you. Are there any questions, members? Councillor Ball?
Thank you, Mayor. Maybe I should just stay standing. I just through you, Mayor, just for clarification, to make sure I've understood this correctly, I was saying that the proposal to change the boundaries in the image that are here, that the blue hatched area will become. Can you explain how that? Because I'm a bit confused by the map, if I'm honest, and if I am, others probably will be as well. I dare say most won't, but some will be. Thank you.
Mr. White?
Through you, Mayor. Thanks, Councillor Ball. The map is our best attempts to match up, in effect, the original boundary lines which came in with the Town Council's initial submission. So there was issues around the colouring, so it's far more technical experts than me. I've had a go at plotting it onto the map, so it is actually as close as we can get at this stage to what the Town Council's initial submission sought to the boundary review.
Sorry, Matt. That's not really answered my question with the greatest respect. What do the lines mean in different places? I'm struggling to understand which bit applies to the Town Council and which bit, because there will still be some parts where the Hamlets Parish Council will still exist. I think what we're proposing in that option is an increase of the town's boundary, or an extension of the town's boundary. So can we just be clear what that diagram means for anybody looking in from the community, please?
Glasses. So the proposed that the sky blue, in effect, is the proposed extension. So on the top left of the key, it refers to the proposed extension being the etched sky blue. So that, with the etchings around it, would be the proposed extension area.
Does that answer your question, Councillor Ball?
Yeah, thank you. I understand that.
Thank you.
But just to clarify, in terms, I mean, the
blue stripy bits.
Sorry.
The blue stripy bits.
Yeah, I mean
that's why I'm a bit confused, because there's the two things there.
Because in terms of the relationship, I mean, one of the advisory groups views they're absolute adamant must retain is the hamlets must be retained as a rural parish, with the town in effect becoming a town. So that etching there, in effect, the sky blue is the proposed extension area.
Thank you. Any other questions, members? Can I ask Councillor Bridgewater to propose the motion?
Yes, Mayor, I'd like to propose that motion.
And seconder? Thank you. Any debate, members? Councillor Leach?
This isn't actually debate, it's clarification. As I'm on Town Council, Oakham Town Council, I was given special dispensation to discuss and debate this, but I will be abstaining from a vote. Okay.
Thank you. Any more debate, members? Councillor Ewing.
Some of the etching, I'm not sure it was made totally clear, Councillor Ball, but it is future-proofing. So we don't have to, when there's another estate built, they don't have to come back again. So it's working with the JLP board to ask them where the next proposed building was possibly going to be in Oakhampton, that is shown on that map. So it's future-proofed. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Ewing. So, is there any other debate? No. So, can we confirm the wording of the substantive motion with Darrell?
Thank you, Mayor. The substantive motion is as per the report, which was part of the agenda papers. Right. Thank you, Mayor.
And can we have a vote, please? All those in favour?
27 in favour. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Item number 11, appointments to outside bodies, the TAVI bid. Can I ask Councillor Ewings to introduce this report?
Thank you very much. This report has come forward as Councillor Jury, who will be the named person to go forward, subject to our vote, has been attending the board meetings in an informal capacity due to the constitution of the way a bid is formed. A bid can only have so many council representatives according to the number of directors that are on the board. On the previous figures of board directors, there was only room for one person, and that person is from Tavistock Town Council. They have recently reconstituted to extend a number of directors on the bid board, and that now allows for 2 council representatives. As Councillor Jury has been attending the meetings for quite a long time, I think nearly a year now, as the lead member for the economy, it is recommended that the lead hub committee, Councillor Jury, be appointed to serve on the outside body for the remainder of the 23-24 municipal year. May I have a seconder, please? Thank you very much, Councillor Ball.
Any questions, members? No. Can I ask that you make your proposal, Councillor Ewing?
Recommendation is that the council resolves to appoint the lead hub committee member for economy as the council's representative on the Tavistock Business Improvement District Board, outside body, and that for the purposes of members' allowance, attendance at meetings of this body be regarded as an approved duty. Are you happy with that still, Councillor Ball? Thank you.
Thank you. And a seconder? Oh, sorry. Ball, yeah. Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there. Any debate, members? Councillor Jury?
Thank you, Mayor. And can I thank the leader for bringing this back to council and bringing this forward. As the leader said, I have been fully involved in bid meetings since the beginning of this financial year. I think it goes without saying that we all know that life for some of the levy payers within the Business Improvement District is quite hard at the moment. Most of them are retail outlets and they're finding life particularly difficult. But the bid itself is a really good organisation that works with them and for them, and in fact runs many of the events that we all know and love within Tavistock and brings people into the town. So I think it's really important that with our role to support the local economy, as part of our district role, that the lead member for the economy is fully involved, and I thank the lead for bringing this back and hope that members feel empowered to go with the proposal, and I will continue to work with the bid board and represent their views and represent the views of the council on that board for the foreseeable future. So thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Jury. Any other debate, members?
I think this makes absolute sense that you do this. Giving the information and sharing. Tidies it up, doesn't it?
Thank you. Any more debate? No? Can I confirm the wording of the substantive motion, Mr. White?
Thank you, Mayor. The wording is as per read out by Councillor Ewings in proposing the recommendation. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Can we have a vote on the motion?
(27 in favour). Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. So that's carried. And thank you all. That's the end of our agenda. Thank you all for attending. And I call this meeting to a close. Thank you.